Welcome back. At any moment now, we're expecting Oklahoma City police to release the third name of the person killed during a shootout at the Whiskey Barrel Saloon near Newcastle Road and South Shawnee last Saturday.
It was a violent scene. For this morning's chat with the chief, we are asking Oklahoma City Police Chief Wade Gourly about the increase in organized crime in our city and how his department is looking to stop it. Here's Lisa Monahan.
Oklahoma City Police Chief Wade Gourly back in studio with us this morning. And this week we're talking about the weekend shooting at the Whiskey Barrel Saloon. That was just off Newcastle Road near Portland. And Chief, we've learned most of those involved are from biker gangs. How does that play into your investigation?
So it always kind of, heightens things up a little bit because we know these folks have the potential to be violent. But the good thing about that is we have been able to get some really good information on identifying all of those involved. We've got one person in custody right now, and there will be more. And so, that's the good part about that is that it's helping us identify these folks a little bit easier.
I've noticed a lot of chatter on social media, people saying, how active are biker gangs in Oklahoma City right now?
There was a time there where they really weren't that active, they kind of slowed down in the metro area, but we're noticing an uptick in that. It could be, the marijuana trade, other drug trade and things that's bringing them back in. It's all about money to these biker gangs. There's a financial interest in these groups that they want to maintain, and so it could be part of that as well. But one thing with that that we have noticed, since we have noticed that, is we're training our officers better in how to deal with them, how to recognize them, and hopefully it's gonna help us, again, better identify and prevent these things from happening before they actually get started.
Well, it is yet to be revealed as to why they chose the Whiskey Barrel Saloon, but there are regulars that are at that bar, and they've been telling us that it was very widespread within the bar, the crime scene really all over the bar. How difficult is it to work a scene like that?
It's very difficult. We had to call in people from their days off, some of our CSI, to help work the scene. It was a large scene, took a lot of time, but very dedicated, committed individuals to processing that scene. We were able to gather a lot of evidence. And this crime, again, we're going to have some more people that will be end up getting into custody on this, and that's the message we want to send is if you're going to do this kind of stuff, this kind of activity, especially to these biker gangs in Oklahoma City, we're going to come after you, and we're going to find you. We're going to seek you out, and if not prevent these crimes, then definitely arrest those that are responsible once they do happen. And one thing too I'd like to point out as part of this is our real-time information center. We've been talking about that. We've gone before council several times to get some funding and get the equipment for that. That's getting ready to come online, and that's really going to help us not only identify these gang members as they move through the metro area, but also when these crimes do occur, we'll be able to get officers on scene a lot quicker. And the goal too in that real-time information center is to gather enough intelligence to prevent these from happening.
Well, that is good news. I know this is just one incident we've seen recently, a stretch of violent crimes that seem to be happening on the weekends. We had a very active weekend. Is the department taking any steps to sort of protect the public during these off times?
Absolutely, and it does seem like a lot of times, you hear about these things on the weekend, but when we look at our statistics, it's really strange. Sometimes you'll see some spikes happening on a Monday, or on a Wednesday, and it just, a lot of times too, especially with some of these crimes, domestic related type events, you can't really tell by the day of the week, but we're prepared. We're always, staffed as we have minimum requirements with our patrol officers. We have investigators on call. We have a violent crime unit that's out every weekend trying to identify and arrest those that are involved that we're targeting as part of violent crimes investigations that we're working. And so we do a lot of things to try and keep the public safe.
I assume ramping up as we get into some of the warmer weather months as well.
Absolutely. We've got a event planned early in the summer. I believe it's going to be in June. We're still kind of working on that. We've done this the last couple of summers with the U.S. Marshals Service, and we identify our most high profile or most violent individuals that have warrants, and we go out and hunt those folks down and get them, get them in jail and facing the charges that they've had the charges filed on them, so that hopefully it'll help keep the summer a little bit tied down or tamped down a little bit, because we'll have those more violent individuals in jail.
Well, thank you for all that you guys are doing to keep us safe. We appreciate you coming in every Thursday morning to visit with us. If you have a question for the chief, you can submit those at that email right there on your screen. It's chatwiththechief@griffin.news, and we'll get you some answers. We'll see you next week.